It's been a long time since I've been wanting to talk to you, I think, maybe 3 or 4 years. So
Ooh.
just, yeah, full of gratitude.
Mm.
Yeah, I've just been deepening and deepening in inquiry since Rishikesh in 2019.
Ah.
And, and, oh, I feel some nerves coming up.
Yes, it's okay. And don't rush. Don't rush. We take your time.
Thank you.
Mm.
I find when I speak, um, I get caught in personal identity more, and I find it harder to drop back into the stillness, into the awareness of speaking when I'm speaking like socially, even with sangha members.
Yes.
So I'm wondering, is it possible to stay in the awareness as well as speak?
The advice to stay in the awareness is operative, functional for a while until the seeming duality comes to an end. You see, because we are never speaking um, as the awareness itself. Sometimes we are speaking from awareness to a certain degree, but it's as though awareness plus, which in reality doesn't exist. But in the mind, it feels yes. You know, I can see that when something enters into conversation, it's as though automatically um, one finds oneself in a sort of personal mode, and that's why you say then I feel like I've pulled out of my natural state, and it takes a while to then come back in. But you must also recognize that the one speaking, no, is itself a movement inside the unchanging awareness. Awareness did not leave itself. You see? I was giving example just the other day, no? I was saying, look, I was giving example because somebody was asking, they were not understanding what you mean by awareness. What you mean by awareness? Oh, this, oh my gosh, I cannot know how to answer this. What you mean by awareness? So I was giving an example like I would do if I was trying to explain to a young person, like a child or something, that if I move my hand like this, hmm, I'm aware of my hand moving. My awareness moving? You see, and then that helps a little bit. So no, the awareness is actually not moving. My perceiving is not moving. I say, okay, what about if I add to the movement of my hands, my attention is going to the hands. My attention is moving and hand moving. Is the awareness moving, you see? And many people will say, I got it. No, that's not moving. The awareness is not moving. So in the same way, I can say that even the sense I come out when I go into interaction with others, I come out, meaning I come up as a person.
Mm-hmm.
Awareness does not lose anything of itself. And as soon as this becomes clear for you, that even the mode of personhood, you see, which is like a reflex in this realm of consciousness, the human common realm, that's not actually ultimately true. Something goes into the state of personhood. You may see, you may say the seeker aspect of consciousness, you see, becomes disappointed. I get pulled again into a shape of person, and something doesn't like it, and then it takes me some time to stabilize. But this actually is not actually what happened at an experiential level. It feels like that. A state of distractedness has happened, and that distractedness means something, that I'm pulled out of shape, or I'm pulled into shape from no shape. You see, but as you become more grounded, actually, you're looking from the place of awareness that becoming a person is not something that happens to awareness, really, but in the play of, in the Maic field of movements and so on, it appears as that. You are actually in at the very you are at a very auspicious stage in your say journey of transcendence. One time we're going to throw this away also, but for the moment it's useful, no, because you are able to detect You know, the horse is not galloping out into the country. It starts to gallop, and you realize, no, I don't want to be here. I want to be in the stillness, and that is also auspicious to a way. It is not the final reality, but it is the fruit of what I may call of your earnestness, and that stage is also important because some things we cannot just solve intellectually. You are having the experience and then also realizing, no, I don't want to be in that shape. You see? Well, what does it mean then? Are you not able to speak to people? If by speaking in the dynamic realm means that then your wider space is covered up, but it's only a seeming. It's only a seeming. And as you continue to keep checking that even here, I'm feeling some anxiety in the body and some movements in the body, but they are just clouds passing. And I want to just refresh an example I used recently because someone came and said, Guruji, I'm listening to you and I really follow you. But I'm finding that sometimes when my mind comes, it's so strong and I just, I'm shut off again. I'm gone with it. And how can I stop my mind? And I said, listen to this. And I'm saying it again freshly now. It must become clear that when you say, my mind is so strong and it has the power just to pull me about like that, I want you to understand that both the mind activity and all of its, sort of erratic behavior, and the one who suffers from it are like two sides of one coin. Please listen. They are like two sides of one coin. Awareness is not a coin. When you are aware of the mind stuff, okay, oftentimes we are feeling, I'm seeing the mind stuff, but I'm watching it from the position of a person. And the mind is troubling my person. But the person is the factory for the mind trouble. At your stage of seeing, the person is trying to stop the trouble, but the trouble only comes for the person. And the person, both the person and its troubles, are both on the screen of perception. And this is a radical change in experiencing for most people. Some cannot, for a while, maybe they can't hear this, because there's a mechanism in the dualistic functioning mind that seems to be resistant to harmonious seeing. You see, it's like, that's one. No, it's too much. It's too confused. I can't. Many people say, you could repeat. I can't stay with it. It's like, I can't stay with it. And I'm saying, actually, even the sense I cannot stay with it and the one who is suffering it are both phenomenal. When they come, because the energy goes to them, the recognition that the awareness in which they come is stable and unchanging is not recognized. You are the awareness itself where this dance is coming. But you may say, but no, but this particular trouble is tailor-made for me. You see? And so there is a me that it comes for. And I say, yes, it is. There is a certain, out of habit, a certain identity has become almost crystallized. It appears as though it is solid. And it attracts a similar kind of vibration. And so because it seems to repeat and seem to be consistent, it feels as though that's a fact. But the greater fact is that you are the awareness in which this play happens. When the personal troubles and the person are seen as phenomenal, clouds passing, you are again in your natural place. If anybody understand what I said there, really, and really stay with it, and keep looking, and use whatever comes in the mind as an exercise to keep in your looking, Gradually, this will become so clear, and the clarity of one point recognized clearly opens the whole space. This is the power of seeing. You don't have to be reading about lots of different kind of problems. They all have the same root, personhood. So if whatever door you go through, the red door, the blue door, the cream door, the black door, the gray door, on the other side is one space, the infinite space, so to speak. People think, oh no, but I must go through the blue door. And say, no, I must go through the white door. I must go through the natural door. But on the other side, there's no doors. There's no compartment in the infinite space of yourself. We just have different, we have to, in the manifest play, appear to go through different doors, different practices. But the goal is one thing. It's just, however many techniques we practice in your self-discovery, there are no descriptions in it. It's just a space of being. You're empty of personhood, of the dream of personhood, and again in your original nature, you see. But as long as the vital breath is flowing, and consciousness is there, and the body is there, these activities will come. So don't say, oh, but it's still happening. No, say, oh, it's good they're happening because I have to use them to strengthen my discernment. You're a living being, you see. We want to say, yes, been there, done that. Boom, seal. Thank you very much. I'll collect my divine Oscar. You see? But actually, you're a living being. You're always checking in. And it becomes a joy also. You see? Like developing your spiritual muscles in a way of discernment. At a certain time, some things which are truths at a certain stage, later you'll discard them to more subtle understanding, and then more subtle understanding like that. And it's fine, it's good.
Thank you.
Can you tell me now, in your own, because I spent a lot of words there, make a synopsis of what I've just said to you, to show me if you understand what I say.
Yeah, sure. You said
just in your own
the
words.
one,
Yes.
yeah, the one that is personal and the one that suffers the personhood are perceived in infinite awareness.
Yes. Can you see this?
And
Can you see this now? Can you see?
yes, yes, I've seen this before, and that's what has created the frustration of getting caught back into this. And I'm like, no.
So the frustration of getting caught back to this is also the
is
play
another
of
thing.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Has anything happened to the root awareness itself?
No.
Yeah, you see, it's not an abstraction. It's something. It's at the very core of your what you call your transcendence over the very engaging play of the Mike identity. You know. Don't be disappointed. Use everything. Use everything. Every sense of failure or success doesn't mind. Don't just somehow just you see. Then your perceiving functioning is stable. You see, stable. Because everyone is telling the story of the mind, but the mind has no ultimate story. It's all the same. To keep turning the person. And don't also when as this is seen, don't hold any cynicism about it, or even any victory. Don't even identify with a victor. Yay, Eureka, done it. That is also a shape. You don't take any shape, remain shapeless. This is a secret only those who come to the understanding can really value that. Leave the eurekas to the mind and the person.
you.
Oh, thanks to you. We are, looking together and mm, works for one, works for all. You continue each time, this come. It's an opportunity. Don't waste time complaining about this, getting upset about it, because that just in some way feed the story and the identity. You just say, this is it's a call for me to to just again clarify my seeing. Am I really what I'm seeing? Whatever the scenario, is this actually an authentic reading of my being? Because there's no authentic reading of your person apart from it is unreal and unstable.
So does this still happen to to people that have fully broken through into limitless awareness? They still have their personhood still come, but it's just very small and it's not paid any attention to.
Yes, more like that. Take it more like that.
Yeah.
Because if you say it doesn't happen, then when it happens to you, you say, oh, not one of them. You see? No one can say. I mean, in which direction the wind is going to blow next. It comes. And, I remember a story I was sharing that Sri Sai Baba, Shardi Sai Baba, one of his devotees, had come in the night. This devotee, his wife, was very sick. I think she might have been in labor or something, but she was not handling it well, and she was very, very sick. It was very much concerned for her life. And in the night, I believe, they came knocking at the Baba's door, and Swamiji opens the door. Oh, Baba, 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 my wife, she's going. Please, Baba, help. So the master also appeared to get excited and said, "Oh, okay, let's get water, get hot water, and fresh towels. Come, quick, let's go. Light the lamp, let's go." And then in the middle of that, something is it's okay, it's okay. She's going to be okay. Slow down. You see, it showed that yes, it's possible. It got a bit something for a moment. This happened, but also this recognition. We can't say what happened. You can say it's Babaji's game. I don't know, but it can happen. Yes, we are you yourself seen that at times your being feels totally like solid as Mount Kilimanjaro, not moving. Another movement, and doesn't mean, oh no, I've really disappointed myself. No, don't get involved in that. Just watch, and gradually you see you're less and less caught up in the traffic and the noise of personhood, and just steadiness uh, uh, wins the day. Mhm.
Yeah,
Because some
thank you.
people, they spend too much time being disappointed and, oh, again, I don't know, when am I going to? And right there, you're feeding Maya. Just as you see, you something, just, okay, check in again. And there's an integrity in this, because you cannot say, okay, whenever this comes, of course I am going to be. No, you have to exercise it, because it's one thing in saying it and the next in being it. The authentic ones are they who, actually in the looking, uses it to somehow recognize that even that I'm stabilizing in it is also a phenomenon. Consciousness is not stabilizing. You see, and like this, you win yourself back. You see, mm. So good, so good. In its conversations like this, actually, followed through, and that actually just cleared away somehow. Yeah. So that was where, of course, there has to be some navigating of the attention, because it's like you have in this manifestation of a human form, you have the five wild stallions of the senses, you know, and the mind, and on top of that, personal identity. It's quite a boat to sail. Understand? You only can captain this as the pure awareness itself. Of course, we can make an yes, I'm doing better, and all practices have their purpose and have their help. But we're talking about what can we really clean and clear, because you can make many steps in the evolution of a person growing. But if you make 100 steps, it could just be 100 steps within the realm of personhood. And here you may experience one kind of step into pure seeing. You see? Because you are not evolving as a person getting somewhere. You're watching, say, all of this is like, some of these movements, they are so loaded with delusion, and others you become more able to see, that's more seeable, that's okay. But this one come so strong, it sucks you into identity so powerfully. It's okay. Take it as all gift from God is to train, because in this realm of existence, for a human being to come to that level of looking is highly auspicious, I feel. Because whether someone is ignorant or not ignorant, our fundamental nature is pure consciousness, imperishable and uncreated. We are finding this out more and more experientially also, not as a myth or even as just a kind of hope and belief. You actually are experiencing. And those of you who participated, I'm told that you must have done the invitation before here. It's exactly where it unfolds into, but I'm always here. Even as the invitation was being followed and listened to, I was still the awareness itself, but moving in the form of a person, returning to something. This is like this. Then it reveals, but I'm here. I'm here. And it's timeless, and also, and beyond evolution, that, you see. Still, the journey of transcending, of evolution, that play is necessary, unavoidable, and must go on. But it becomes simpler and simpler and simpler. As your seeing becomes more stable, the need for words become less and less and less and less. You have used up their abilities. Have I gone too far? I'm looking at the screen now for you and speaking like this. Okay, some people are just completely expressionless. I hope they are the expressionless awareness. That's very good. And not just kind of like paralyzed in the mind. Thank you. Very good, David. Nice to see you.
Thank you,
And
Thank
you're not far, huh? You're not far. I will see you soon.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Guruji.
Gotcha. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Good, 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 good.